It can be so frustrating to feel stuck, and a lot of us feel that from time to time. So, in this conversation, I'm talking to whole life coach Brooke Feldman about how we can get ourselves unstuck with self love. Welcome to Happiness Adventure. I'm Lisa, and together we'll explore ways to cultivate real joy in our lives. Welcome to Happiness Adventure, Brooke.
Thanks for having me.
I want to talk to you today about getting unstuck because a lot of people feel stuck either in their career or a relationship they don't like. And you say one of the keys to getting unstuck is self-love. Yes. Can you talk a little bit about why you say that?
So I came to a place where I realized that my negative self-talk was greatly affecting my daily life. I was asked a question by a very wise person who said, would you talk to your best friend the way you talk to yourself? Mm-hmm. There's no way I would have. Okay. And so being aware that self-awareness is the first piece, and that was transformative for me to realize I'm not loving myself well. When we're not loving ourselves well, we're not being true to who we are. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to move forward when we're not being our true selves.
Mm-hmm. What's an example of a way that you were talking to yourself in an unproductive way, and how have you changed that?
Oh, well, there's a lot of things that I told myself that weren't true. Starting with I wasn't enough. I wasn't enough in a relationship. I wasn't enough at work. And it's an emotional topic because I think it's something that as people, we tell ourselves a lot, and it's just not true. Mm-hmm. You are enough just as you are. And I had to start to believe it to change the way I was treating myself. So one thing is making a list of what fear says and what faith says. So fear says I'm not enough. Faith says I'm enough just as I am. And then starting to focus on that right column, that faith column, or if it serves you more, lie versus truth. This is the lie and this is the truth. Yeah. So crossing out that left column, saying no to the fear, saying no to the lies, and focusing on the truth. Another thing that I practice and my clients practice is just asking, is this loving myself well? Mm-hmm. That's the filter that I put on with everything. Yeah. And I know in that moment, my intuition tells me this isn't loving or this is loving. Mm-hmm. And so you go with the right one. You stop self-sabotaging and you choose what's going to serve you more.
I think sometimes we fear that if we are too compassionate and have too much love for ourselves, that we'll become complacent and unsuccessful. What do you think about that concern? How do you address it?
I think that there's a stigma around self-love and being selfish. Mm-hmm. And it's not true. You have to put your oxygen mask on before you put someone else's. Yeah. And I think it runs rampant in workplaces and with moms. Mm-hmm. Because they're taking care of everybody else. And really, you need to take care of yourself. You need to fill your cup first. Mm-hmm. It's not selfish, it's healthy.
I think it can be really scary to overcome inertia, to make changes to get unstuck.
Yes.
How would you counsel someone who's on that precipice trying to decide if they're going to take that leap of faith?
I would ask them what it's going to cost them to not take that leap of faith.
Wow. What are some answers you hear to that question?
Sadness, stress, anxiety, weight gain, unfulfilling relationships, unfulfilling careers. We can choose to be stuck because we're scared, or we can choose to move forward. And I think moving forward together in community with people who believe in you is the key to that.
What's one step someone can take today in their journey of becoming unstuck?
I think that involving others in your process is huge. So whether that's a coach or people that you can be accountable to, that you trust, your partner, whoever that is, telling them where you want to go, they will help you get there. Just putting out there verbally. One thing that I did in my own life, in my self-love journey, was asking my 3 closest friends, telling them where I was at, and then asking them to hold me accountable to loving myself well. Wow. And I asked them to text me whenever they thought of it, not to ask me what I was doing, because that would create some stress and anxiety that I didn't need, but ask me if I was. And that question would just be a reminder to me. Hey, I'm either doing this or I'm not. And then I could just reply yes or no. If I wasn't doing it, have grace for myself. It's a reminder. Don't need to go backwards. Don't need to beat myself up. Let me just start loving myself well right now. And if it was yes, then it was a celebration. It was another victory. I was doing it. Wow. And they were a huge part of that for me, of creating a daily practice.
That's so neat.
Yeah, I'm grateful.
Brooke, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us for how to get unstuck.
Thank you.
I've been speaking to Brooke Feldman about getting ourselves unstuck through self-love. The links to all of Brooke's resources are in the description box right below this video. While you're there in the comments section, let me know, is there something you're stuck in right now and can you use self-love to get out of it? Subscribe to Feed Your Happy with a bite-sized video each week, and I look forward to seeing you soon for our next happiness adventure.